Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Wild Bill Kelso 194 here, and I am pleased to announce that after a 9-month hiatus, I am back on YouTube. The reason why I was gone for so long is because life got in the way. Um, I graduated from college back in May, and immediately after I graduated, I started working full time. So I had to sort of choose my priorities, and making videos, unfortunately, was not one of my top priorities. But now that the dust is finally starting to settle and everything's starting to calm down a little bit, I have more free time to myself, and so I'm now able to start making videos and uploading them again. And I am definitely going to be doing that as we move on into the future more often. My videos are going to be everything from World of Tanks, World of Warships, War Thunder. I just downloaded a couple new games off of Steam, Cold Waters, Naval Action, or a couple of them. There's a couple other games I'm definitely looking at into getting, so I'll be definitely uploading a lot, mishmash of a lot of different and new games in the months to come. So for this episode, or whatever you call it, video, it's the Halloween map for World of Tanks, and later on, it's the Halloween map also for World of Warships. These are actually pretty cool maps. I like them. I find them to be very enjoyable. Um, for the World of Tanks maps, you have two optional tanks to choose from. You have Franken, which is the one I'm playing as, and Stein, which is the tank driving right next to me. Each has its pros and cons. Franken has a much more powerful gun than Stein does, but it is also slightly slower, and also has weaker armor. Stein has a smaller gun than Franken does, but it's actually faster, and it actually has some thicker armor than Franken does. So each has its pros and cons. Most people, from what I've observed, tend to go with Franken simply because it has the much more powerful gun to it. And what's really cool about these tanks is they are there's two turrets on them. They're multi-turreted, and this is actually the first time World of Tanks has introduced multi-turreted tanks into their game. So it's really cool. You have the main turret with the big gun, and you have a smaller turret in the front on Franken that shoots a smaller gun that reloads a lot faster than the main gun does. And it's really cool, and it's as I said, I keep repeating myself, but it's actually a lot of fun. There's two maps available for the World of Tanks Halloween game. You have this one, which is called Leviathan. Basically, you're on a team of human players, and you battle a bunch of bots, and you also have to stop a enemy boss tank called Leviathan. And basically, it's just this great big giant demonic demon tank. And the object of the match is, oop, took a hit there, and basically the object of the match is to keep Leviathan from reaching a portal in the center of the city. Otherwise, and if he does reach the portal, basically it's the end of the world. So that's what the object of this game is, and you had to basically destroy Leviathan before he reaches the portal and save the world. And it's actually really cool. There's a lot of neat little features. You get different health. There's health packs after you destroy an enemy bot tank. You drops a health pack, and when you get that health pack, it heals not only yourself but also other members on your team. And you saw that beaming thing of light that shines down. Whenever somebody hits that, everybody on your team, including yourself, automatically gets 100% full health. So that's actually really cool. I mean, that's actually Leviathan right there that I'm shooting at. There's a little trick to shooting at Leviathan. Basically, what you do is you aim for the weak points on Leviathan. Basically, those are the areas that are like lit up. And when I say lit up, I mean they're like cracking and there's light or like that orange stuff shining through it. Those are actually weak points. So you try to aim for those, and that actually causes a lot more damage than if you're aiming somewhere else on Leviathan. So that's what we generally do. And the other map that's available for the World of Tanks Halloween special is basically just a regular random battle setting where you choose either Franken or Stein, and then you all just go into battle, two human teams, and you all just 15 tanks each, and you all just go into battle and kill each other until the best team wins. So those are the two Halloween maps available this year, and they are, I got to hand it to Wargaming, they are really good, and I like them a lot. I'm actually going to be a little disappointed when they go away because I actually really enjoyed these. It's a nice a nice relaxation from the general average gameplay of World of Tanks that we're used to playing. So, and defeating Leviathan, once you get the hang of it, actually gets easier and easier as the more you practice. Leviathan has, of course, that great big main gun on its turret that you see there, and it also has a bunch of secondary guns mounted all over it, and they shoot those little red bombs that you see lighting up on the ground with the electricity. You generally want to stay away from those because those are shot out of Leviathan. Oop, that caused some damage there onto Leviathan. So basically, that's what it is. So, yeah, you definitely got to watch out for those because if you're not careful and you run into one of those things, they can definitely do some damage to you. So yeah, yeah, you see that you gotta stay. You want to stay away from those. Up, and we just pissed Leviathan off, and I apologize, folks. As we get into farther into the map, when Leviathan gets close to the portal and you piss Leviathan off, it gets this really, really lousy sound effects. That's the only downside I'd say there is to this Halloween special, or these really bad and strange sound effects. I think it's supposed to be like a scary thing, but it's not really scary. It's actually just kind of lousy, and it just kind of ruins it a little bit. Not too much. I don't want to play it anymore, but it's just annoying. So that's pretty much the only criticism I have for the Halloween special for World of Tanks is those lousy sound effects that you're hearing right now. So yep, we're about to kill Leviathan there. It's getting close. I was shooting at again those joints, those points on Leviathan that light up like that are glowing. You just aim for those because those are the weak points. If you noticed before, I was actually shooting at the end of at the end of the barrel. So, and we have, oh, we just defeated him, but it also, you saw that bomb addition. Okay, so that was the World of Tanks Halloween special. And now we're on to the World of Warships Halloween special, and I gotta hand it to Wargaming. They actually killed it with this too. This is actually another um, map that's or Halloween special that's actually a lot of fun. For those of you who remember, it's basically this map is a continuation of last year's Halloween map. It's an expansion of it. For those of you who played last year's Halloween map, you'll remember you had to rescue the ship Transylvania out of basically the World of Warships underworld or something like that, and you had to rescue it and get to the portal. Well, there's the portal that gets it into the good world, or not the underworld, but I guess World of Warships. You get see what I'm getting at. And basically, Transylvania gets through, but the demonic warships follow through the portal, follow Transylvania and her escort through the portal, and also this green fog thing called the Filth also got through the portal. So basically, the object of this game is to basically stop the demonic warships from getting through, and also trying to keep those beams of light right there are what's trying to keep the Filth contained and keeping it from taking over the map. So basically, that's what all this is about. And you have a bunch of different objectives. You see up there, you have defend the towers, which are those big things that are shooting those beams of light into the portal until they seal the portal. Save the Transylvania that you just saw us go past. Eliminate all the enemy ships, and also save two of the towers. Because actually, in this map, the enemy warships, not only do they go after you, but they also go after the towers that are trying to seal off the portal right there. So yeah, and there's a bunch of different warships that you could choose from. There's an aircraft carrier, which is actually surprising is in this year's Halloween map, you actually Wargaming provided you with an aircraft carrier that you can use. Last year they didn't have an aircraft carrier. This year they do. So you have an aircraft carrier, you have a battleship, you have a cruiser, and you also have a destroyer, which is what I'm using right now. It's a Tier 8 destroyer called the Kagero, and that's what I'm using right now. It's actually a really cool Halloween-themed like destroyer. You see the bat wings on there. Actually, I don't really like the bat wings. It's not my thing. But the destroyer is actually, as a whole, is a really, really cool like destroyer. It's got a lot of power. As you just saw, I sunk two enemy battleships with one torpedo salvo, and I just sunk another third enemy warship. So it's definitely a really cool little destroyer. I don't understand why people don't play it more often. A lot of times when I play these maps as either a cruiser or battleship, nobody else is playing as a destroyer. Everybody's either using an aircraft carrier, the battleship, or the cruiser. So I figured I should be that one guy who decides to be adventurous and pick the destroyer instead, and it's not bad. The reload time is okay for the guns. It's about 6 seconds reload time, and you also have a bunch of different modules that you can choose from. You can faster torpedo loading time, faster loading time. For the cruiser, you can use. You can have a faster speed for the destroyer, as you see. So all kinds of different modules, and each ship gets its own peculiar or uh, it gets their own modules fitted to each ship. So that's actually really cool. And the game so far is going okay, going pretty good for my team. Taking some fire there. So that's the thing. Each time you think you're defeated another enemy wave of ships, fleet of enemy ships, just more keep coming through there. And that's another thing. Oh, hold on, what's going on here? I forgot. This isn't. It's been a while since I've played this map. I forgot what's going on. Oh, I remember this. I go right up against that enemy battleship, fire 2 salvos torpedoes, and I managed to sink it. Thankfully. And that's another thing about this map, is don't want to get into the filth, because when you go into the filth, that actually damages your health. Your health actually starts to go down when you go inside it. So you definitely want to stay out of it. As you see that there's the battleship that's trapped inside it, and also the Transylvania, excuse me, is also still stuck inside of it. So you definitely don't want to go in there. You want to avoid it as much as possible. And the enemy team, as part of the map, destroyed that tower right there. Enemy teams, they not only spawn in the filth, but as the map progresses further, the enemy team starts to spawn outside of the filth and behind you. So you definitely got to keep an eye out and watch out for when that happens. And as you just watch, they destroyed one of the 3 towers that was trying to seal off the portal and contain the filth, or make the filth go away. So this map definitely keeps you on your toes. Like, you think you're doing good, but you could think you're doing good, but next thing you know, there's 6 enemy warships that spawned right behind you, and you had no idea, and here they are coming barreling straight for you. So you definitely got to be careful with that. And I'm getting dangerously close to the filth, and I definitely don't want to get stuck in that. So you definitely want to steer as far away from that filth as possible. You don't want to get close to it, because, as I said before, it damages your health when you go inside it. And from my point of view, I can't afford any more damage because I already lost half of my health. So taking some fire there. So yeah, overall, I really do like this map, and also the battleships. What they can do, one of their options is when they hit the repair thing, it creates a radius around it, so when other ships can go inside it, and they also get repaired as well, which is a really cool feature to have. And I'm really glad that they have that, because it actually makes it a lot easier to play this map and hopefully try to win. So we're just gonna. What's going on? We got a destroyer in there. We got an enemy. I think there's an enemy aircraft carrier in there too. So we got a destroyer. Oh, there's the Transylvania. We got 2 enemy battleships that are coming out of the filth, and there's a third one in there. And there's a destroyer. And oh yeah, there's definitely an enemy aircraft carrier in there. So we definitely gonna try to avoid those ships. And here's the Transylvania. Try to see if we can assist her, and I put on my engine boost. So we're definitely going to see if we can try to save the Transylvania, but unfortunately, as you can see, she's one of the #1 targets of the enemy team, as the enemy aircraft had just launched a wave of torpedo bombers, and she just took a torpedo hit. And also, she's also taken fire from that enemy battleship inside the filth, and there's another enemy warship in there that I can't see right now. And I'm also taking fire from the enemy torpedo bombers as well. So this map, you gotta move fast. That's one big thing. You definitely have to move fast. So I definitely think that, overall, I really do like this map, and you can still play last year's map. But one of the things is it's not like this is like a random battle. You can't do that with the last year's map. Last year's map, you need to form a division in order to play it, and I played it like once so far this year, and it's just a pain in the butt to try to get a division of a bunch of random players together. So I've only played it once, and I don't think I'm gonna play it again because it's just too much of a pain. And we're gonna fire off some torpedoes at that enemy warship. See if we can score some hits. He's doing a pretty good job, and right now I'm taking a lot of heavy fire. And we managed to sink him. That's my 5th kill right there.
So,
We
ooh,
actually
I almost
managed
just took a
to
huge hit
sink
right
an
there. Let's
enemy
try to get
warship.
away from this fire.
So let's just keep going right here. See if I can get away. Oh, I'm taking a beating right now. This isn't good. A lot more ships just spawned. That's the thing about this map. You gotta watch out because they just spawn over and over again. And on top of that, the Rasputin comes back. So you definitely gotta be on your toes and keep going and just keep moving fast and dodging as many enemy shells as you can. And so gonna fire off a salvo, see if I hit anything. um yeah, this isn't gonna end well. I just know this isn't gonna end well. I'm already almost dead, and just wait for it. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, overall, I give this map a 10 out of 10. I really like it, and I hope you all enjoyed as well for the time we have left to play it. And as I said before, I'll definitely be making a lot more videos in the future. So for everyone, I'll see you all later. All right, take care.